Welcome to Green Earth VN, where we explore the problems of our planet and the small things each of us can do to make a real difference. Today, you'll discover 5 simple actions. Tiny actions, but powerful enough to help save the Earth if we practice them every single day. These aren't grand gestures or impossible goals. They are small, manageable habits that, when adopted by many, create a wave of positive change that can ripple across the globe. Our planet is calling for help, and the answer isn't in waiting for a single hero, but in the collective power of our daily choices. Did you know that almost 40% of household electricity is wasted by devices left on standby? This is often called vampire power or phantom load, and it's a silent drain on our energy resources and our wallets. Think about all the electronics in your home. The television, the game console, the coffee maker. The phone charger's left plugged in long after your device is at 100%. Even when they're turned off, they are still consuming power, waiting to be activated. Just one switch, a few seconds, yet this habit can save hundreds of watts every day. When you finish watching a movie, don't just use the remote. Press the power button on the TV itself, or, even better, unplug it from the wall. When you leave a room, make it a reflex to flick the light switch off. This simple act of unplugging or switching off is more than just saving money on your utility bill. It's a statement. It is an acknowledgement that clean energy is never free. It always comes with a cost to the environment. The production of electricity, whether from fossil fuels or even renewable sources, has an environmental footprint. Coal and natural gas plants release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, driving climate change. Hydropower dams can alter river ecosystems, and the manufacturing of solar panels and wind turbines require significant resources and energy. By consciously reducing our demand, we lessen the strain on these systems. Each watt we save is a watt that doesn't need to be generated, reducing pollution and preserving our natural resources for future generations. It's a tiny action with a surprisingly large impact, a daily reminder that we have direct control over our energy consumption. Turning off the tap for just 10 seconds while brushing your teeth saves 6 liters of water. It seems like such an insignificant amount of time, a brief pause in your morning routine. But if you do it twice a day, every day, you save over 4,300 liters of water in a year. That's enough to fill more than 28 bathtubs. Now, imagine if millions of people adopted this one simple habit. The numbers become staggering. The same principle applies to our showering habits. Showering 1 minute faster saves 15 to 20 liters of fresh, clean water. We often lose track of time in the warm, comforting stream. But that stream is a direct line to one of our planet's most precious and finite resources. The reality is that fresh water is disappearing faster than we realize. While our planet is covered in water, less than 1% of it is accessible fresh water, available for human use. Climate change is altering weather patterns, leading to prolonged droughts in some regions and devastating floods in others. Aquifers, the underground layers of water-bearing rock from which we draw much of our drinking water, are being depleted at an alarming rate. We see images of parched landscapes and communities struggling with severe water shortages, and it can feel distant and overwhelming. But the solution starts in our own homes, with our own taps. You don't need to do anything big, just don't waste it. Fix that leaky faucet that drips all night. Choose a shorter wash cycle for your laundry when possible. Each drop saved is a contribution to a more water-secure future for everyone. It's about cultivating a mindset of respect for this life-giving resource. Single-use plastic is destroying our oceans. We've all seen the heartbreaking images. Turtles entangled in plastic rings, seabirds with stomachs full of plastic fragments, and massive floating islands of garbage adrift in the sea. This plastic doesn't just disappear. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces called microplastics, which contaminate our water, our soil, and even the air we breathe. It's a crisis of convenience, driven by a throwaway culture that prioritizes temporary ease over long-term planetary health. The scale of the problem can feel paralyzing, making individual actions seem futile. But if every person brings one reusable bag, one bottle, one lunchbox, we can reduce billions of plastic items every year. The power lies in the substitution. Instead of accepting a plastic bag at the grocery store, you bring your own sturdy, reusable tote. Instead of buying bottled water, you carry a durable, refillable bottle. Instead of getting takeout in a disposable container, you bring your own. Each of these choices is a vote for a different kind of world. It's a small act of defiance against the single-use system. Think of the numbers. The average person uses hundreds of plastic bags and bottles each year. By switching to reusables, you single-handedly prevent all of that waste from ever being created. The contrast is stark. One lifestyle generates a mountain of trash destined for landfills or oceans. The other generates virtually none. It's a change that is simple, small, but incredibly powerful. It demonstrates that our daily consumption patterns have a direct and immediate effect on the health of our planet. A plastic bottle thrown into mixed trash takes 400 years to decompose. For 4 centuries, it will sit in a landfill, slowly leaching harmful chemicals into the ground and water. It's a staggering legacy for an item that we might have used for only a few minutes. But if it's sorted correctly, that same plastic bottle can become a brand new bottle in just weeks. This is the magic of recycling, a process that transforms our waste into valuable resources. When we recycle, we close the loop. We reduce the need to extract virgin raw materials from the earth, a process that is often destructive and energy-intensive. We save enormous amounts of energy, water, and landfill space. However, for this magic to happen, it requires one crucial first step: proper sorting. Recycling doesn't start at the factory. It starts at home. It starts with you. It begins with the simple act of having separate bins for different types of waste. One for paper and cardboard, one for plastics and metals, one for glass, and another for organic waste or compost. It means taking a moment to rinse out that yogurt container or flatten that cardboard box. These small efforts make the entire recycling process more efficient and effective, reducing contamination and ensuring that more materials can be successfully recycled. By taking the time to separate your trash, you're not just tidying your home. You are an essential first link in a global supply chain of renewal. You are turning what would be pollution into a valuable commodity, contributing to a circular economy where waste is minimized and resources are respected. A small tree can absorb 22 kilograms of CO every year. That's equivalent to the emissions from driving a car for about 90 kilometers. It might not sound like a lot on its own, but the power of this action is in its multiplication. If 1 million people plant one tree each, that's 22 million kilograms of coal removed from the atmosphere every single year. Suddenly, a small act becomes a massive, collective effort in the fight against climate change. Trees are the lungs of our planet. They breathe in the carbon dioxide that is warming our world and breathe out the oxygen that we need to survive. They provide shade, cool our cities, prevent soil erosion, and create habitats for countless species of wildlife. You don't need a large backyard to make a difference. You can join a local community planting event, donate to a reforestation organization, or simply take care of a plant on your balcony. Even a small houseplant contributes to improving indoor air quality. The act of nurturing something green connects us back to the natural world. Watching a seed sprout or a small plant grow is a powerful and hopeful experience. It's a living, breathing testament to the resilience of nature. Trees never ask anything from us, but they give us the air we breathe. Planting or caring for a tree is more than just an environmental action. It's an investment in the future, a gift to the generations that will come after us. It is an act of profound optimism and a declaration of faith in the planet's ability to heal with our help. These 5 actions are small. They are turning off a light, saving a drop of water, carrying a bag, sorting trash, and planting a seed. So small that you might think they don't matter. It is easy to feel that your individual choices are insignificant in the face of global environmental challenges, but you would be wrong. The greatest movements in history were not started by a few giants, but by the combined actions of many. The earth is saved not by a few heroes, but by millions of ordinary people doing small things every single day. It is the consistency of these actions, practiced by a community of conscious individuals, that builds the momentum for real, lasting change. Your choices matter. They inspire others. They create a new normal. Which small action do you practice every day to protect the earth? Is it one of these 5, or do you have another habit that helps make a difference. Is there anything else that can help the Earth? Every idea is a seed of possibility, and every shared experience can grow into a forest of change. Comment below and let me know. Your idea might inspire thousands of others to take their own small step, joining this global movement of care and responsibility. Thank you for watching.